All right, folks, we need to talk. 90% of you are watching our videos, but guess what? You haven't subscribed yet. Be honest, are we your guilty pleasure? Look, subscribing is free. It only takes a second, and if you've already watched one of our videos, that's your cue. Hit the bell to turn on your notifications so you don't miss our next build. And remember, likes and comments tell YouTube that this channel is worth sharing. So hit that subscribe button and give us a like. Now, on to the video.
No, we're not sponsored by Amazon or Harbor Freight, but some of our links are affiliate links. Using them costs you nothing extra, but it helps us fund more tools, builds, and videos for you. Thanks for the support.
Hey guys, welcome back to RevRender Garage. It's Sean and
Austin.
And if you're new, thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to be talking about a problem that a lot of riders run into, which is a snap exhaust bolt. This is the bolt that holds your exhaust to the header of the bike. And when it snaps, it can cause all kinds of problems.
Okay, so how about we head over to the bike and we'll show you what it sounds like before we fix it. And then we'll also explain some of the problems that a leaking header can cause. And then we're gonna walk you through potentially drilling it out and rethreading the hole if we can't somehow get it out with the reverse bit.
All right, so let's get to it. All right, we are at the bike. This is the bolts that I'm talking about. They come up and hold this tube up into your header. These are the ones we're talking about right here. So I'm gonna start the bike up for you real quick and just give you a little idea of what it sounds like. I don't want to run it too long because we got to get down there and work on it. Don't want it too hot. You can hear a majority of the sound is coming from right here. It's got a loud ticking sound. It almost sounds like a tractor in a way. That's exhaust escaping through the leak right there. It can cause a few problems. It can cause a loss of back pressure. It can also be dangerous if you've got that hot gas coming up where you might have plastic pieces or wiring that it could fry out and you're just gonna lose a little bit of your performance. We're gonna show you how to fix that and we're gonna show you how to do it the right way.
Do it.
So let's get to it.
All right, so over here at the workbench, I'm gonna take you through some of the tools that we're possibly gonna need during this manifold exhaust removal and replacement. So we got a cheap little kit on Amazon that came with some different sizing. These are gonna be the ones for our 150cc GY6 motor. Whatever application you're using this for, just make sure you get the correct studs for your motor. It came with some different longer style ones that we will not be using. Also came with a gasket, new bolts if you wanna use these. So we got these. We got our drill, in case we need to start drilling it out with our Bauer drill. Love Harbor Freight.
Always Harbor Freight, baby.
Speaking of Harbor Freight, we got our Pittsburgh tap and die set. In case we do have to drill it out, probably have to rethread it so we can get these in.
And this is what most people probably aren't going to have just lying around.
Yeah.
They're not expensive, but it is the most important part of this. This is how we're gonna get those threads back in.
And if you don't want to spend money on it like permanently, you could always go to a local auto parts store, and usually they'll have like a loan program where you give them a deposit and you can take it back, and then once you bring the tools back to your auto parts store, you can get your deposit back. Let's head over to the bike. First step is going to be getting the exhaust off and taking a look at how much stud is hopefully sticking out of the bottom of the motor.
For the love of God, please!
Probably gonna end up having to drill it out, but let's see what we're working with.
All right, so Austin is down here removing the bolts that hold the muffler on. We're just gonna take these two bolts out, and they're powder coated, so pro tip.
Pro tip. If you wrap the head of your bolt with electrical tape, you can keep the socket from scratching the powder coat. Don't be lazy, just do it.
So we're just gonna take these two bolts out. He's gonna get down here. Let's see if we can't show you what he's doing here.
Barely even on.
And there would be a bolt on the other side of it if it wasn't broken off.
It feels like the whole thread is twisted. What is going on here? Yeah, I took the whole stud out.
Okay, well, that's better than... That's great. That's what we want. I think we're gonna have to get it up on its side before we can really see what's going on. Okay, so now that we've got that out, we can remove this last bolt up here, and then we'll just slide that muffler aside.
I definitely say we're gonna be drilling.
Oh yeah. There she blows, just like that. And folks, do yourself a favor. Get yourself one of these. It's amazing for tools, holds all your nuts and bolts.
You don't need nothing super expensive or fancy.
No, I think this was about 75 bucks.
Always Harbor Freight, baby.
So we are going to get this tilted over and get it in a position to where we can actually see what's going on a little bit better. So I'm gonna set you guys down. All right, lucky for me, I had a bunch of this acoustic foam. So we just used that under the vital areas that needed support. And now we have full access to underneath the bike. So let's get down here and show you what is going on. Let's just set that down on the ground. Harbor Freight to the rescue, and Harbor Freight to the rescue.
Always Harbor Freight, baby.
All right, so if you look down here, Austin, you want to point out what's going on there?
Yep, so I don't know if you can see it, but you can see some threads inside there. This side's all built up with exhaust set, whatever.
I'm kind of a perfectionist.
And you can see it's a block right there. That's the stud broken inside of the actual. So yeah, it's pretty deep in there. So we'll need a center punch and put a little punch in there so it stays straight and start drilling away. We'll be retapping.
Let's get the tools that we need and
Let's work.
all right, Austin's gonna get a center punch on this so we can keep the drill straight as we go and try to start drilling this bolt out using a Pittsburgh Persuader.
All right. Kind of.
All right, so time to drill.
A few moments later.
Start making a mess.
Oh, that drill bit's in crooked.
Oh,
Good luck getting started on that.
yeah, there's no way. This drill bit's not even like touching it.
All right, we got a new drill bit. Hopefully this one actually does what it's supposed to.
Hopefully it actually does its bit.
Does its bit. If at first you do not succeed, get a bigger hammer.
You have like the reverse bits. And drill in just a little bit more. Not even touching it.
Oh, it's not getting back far enough.
It's just, it's touching it. It's not even like making a dent or like,
I'll swap you spots anytime you want.
Alright, good. Give it a whirl.
Not making very much progress very fast. Huh. I can run to wherever and pick up some drill bits. I think I'm gonna have to go to like Napa or something. All right, folks. We actually had to go and get some better drill bits. These are Cobalt drill bits. They're ripping right through this metal. Nothing was working before, but we're making great progress now. So I'm going to continue trying to get this drilled out. We did it. We got through. Hell yeah, brother. So let's show you what's going on here now. Right here, we have got our hole drilled all the way out. We're probably going to have to widen that hole just a little bit with our other drill bit, and then I think we'll be ready to use the tap and die on it, which will rethread it. And that's what we're looking for. So let's get that other drill bit in and start drilling it out just a little bit more, and we'll take it from there. All right, you saw we got the hole drilled out. This is what I ended up going with. These things ripped right through that metal like nobody's business. So if you're ever in need of Cobalt drill bits, stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts. So now what we've got is we have got our tap and die set right here. And what I have done is, Austin had showed you the bolts that we're gonna be using for this. These are M6 bolts. And so I have found the correct tap out of our tap and die kit, and this is what we're gonna use, put into that hole that we drilled out. Yeah, so we're gonna take this and we're gonna stick it into that hole, and we're gonna start twisting it very slowly.
Slow. Sorry.
Until we start getting some of those threads to catch and start carving in. Let's get to it. Okay, we've got our little tap and die set here. I had to switch the handle on it because the other handle was going to interfere with the case right here. So I've got this one on there. I put a little electrical tape on there just to keep it from this little rod from sliding out of the hole. So I'm going to try to keep some pressure against it as I push it in. Okay, grab a glove real quick. And it does not appear to be threading the hole. Huh. All right, we're gonna try a different method here. I'm gonna try using a bolt. One of the ones that came in the kit that we're not going to actually use though. Alright folks, we have tried to get this threaded. It is just not working. Sometimes that happens. I'm pretty sure that part of the problem is the threads on the end of my M6 cap are a little worn out, and I think I did that on a previous project. So I'm guessing that's why we're not getting it to purchase enough to actually start threading it. Again, I've tried everything. I tried the oil, half turn in, back it off, half turn in, back it off, so you don't get the threads backing up in there. Anyhow, here's what we have left for options. We either replace the entire head on the engine, so we get a brand new bolt hole, or we drill that bolt hole out just slightly bigger than what it needs to be, and we use some JB Weld. And that's what we're going to, folks. So,
Note, we could have drilled and tapped the next size up, but that option all depends on how much real estate you have. This was the safest route for us.
the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna drill that bolt hole out enough to slide the post into it with a little JB Weld on the back of it and let that set and cure. And once it does, we will have a post end waiting for us to screw a bolt onto. And that's how we're gonna solve this problem. So let's get to drilling that out and get this thing wrapped up. Yeah, I think we are looking pretty good. All right, we are going to clean this all out and get ready to JB Weld this post in there, and we'll get the other post set in there with a little bit of Loctite. All right, folks, we've got that other post in there with some Loctite on it. So what I've done is I've taken the post that we're going to JB Weld and I've screwed our capping nut over the longest end of it. And now what I'm gonna do is follow the instructions on the JB Weld, and we are going to mix up a little bit. And then I'm going to wipe the excess off and put this cap back on so that it is not like a tube of super glue tomorrow. And now it comes with a little tiny All right, I am guessing that's probably good enough. We're gonna stick that on there, and we're going to join you right down back of the bike. Okay, we've got our bolt here. I'm gonna take the nut off of it because we don't want any extra weight hanging on it, because we want that to situate itself level. Well, we want to put it in there level and keep it level is basically what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna try to get some of this in the hole first.
That's what she said!
And then I'm going to smear it all over this right here. It's actually sitting pretty good. I'm gonna clean that excess off. Okay, we got that in there. Looks pretty straight, and that's what we want. I'm trying to clean off around here as good as I can, because we want that to be as flat as possible so that gasket seals correctly. I think we've got that exactly the way we need it. So now we just need to let it cure. All right, folks, as you can see, the post is in there just like we left it. It is still sitting nice and level. We tested this on it before we actually let it cure, and it fit just fine. So we're gonna put this back on there, and we see that it fits just fine on there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get the exhaust mounted back on here, and that way we can give it a try and show you what it sounds like now, and it should sound a lot better. Okay, you see we've got the muffler in place again. We just need to tighten these two bolts, and we've got this secured on here with our capping nuts, and we're just gonna tighten those up, and I'm gonna tighten them up a little gently because we do not want to break one of these posts. All right, folks, we've got it all buttoned up. We're ready to start it up and give it a test and see what it sounds like. So let's do it. Key turned on. Yeah, can you hear now the sound coming from the tailpipe? All of our sounds coming from back here now, and you're not hearing that clicky pop that made it sound like a tractor. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to sound like. That is definitely what it's supposed to sound like. There you go. That's how you fix a bolt. And if it doesn't work the first way, try it the second way. All right, folks, after trying everything to get that tapped out with some new threads, we tried oil, we tried backing it out a half turn, and then going in a full turn, backing it out a half turn, going in a full turn. Nothing worked, and so we resorted to option B, which is the second best method, if you ask me, and that is our JB Weld. And so now you've seen how you were supposed to fix the bolt, and we tried. And you've also seen our backup solution.
Good old trusty JB Weld.
All we're doing is we're securing that in there permanently right now. And at worst, guess what? We'll drill it out again.
Yep.
You saw the problem, you saw what it sounded like, you saw what it caused. Now you've seen a solution and another solution.
It's like a car or any other mechanical type thing. You're gonna run into problems. You gotta try and overcome it in different ways.
Yep. So if you like the video, then give us a
like.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, please think about
subscribing.
All right, folks, we're gonna wrap it up for this video. So please leave us a comment and tell us your horror stories with fixing your exhaust header tube with a broken bolt. Until next time, RevRender out.
As always, thanks for watching. Tune in every Saturday for a new video. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Those likes really help us out with the YouTube algorithm. Until next time, RevRender out.